For a 5-year-old, you're doing pretty good.
So what's your...
Look at that over there.
At home with his grandson, Jerry Harkness looks back fondly at his college basketball career, one that 55 years ago, in March of 1963, put him on the front lines of a battle for recognition.
Harkness scores! Jerry Harkness scores! He scores! Jerry Harkness! Beautiful! Beautiful! Beautiful!
Harkness was captain of a Loyola team whose ambitious coach, George Ireland, started 4 black players. This at a time when an informal agreement among coaches kept black players from playing too prominent a role on the court.
They had an unwritten rule, which is you play 2 blacks. If you're in trouble on the road and if you have to put 3 in, well, do it. But they did that. They did it that way.
For rejecting conventional thinking, Harkness and his teammates faced brutal racism by opposing crowds. In Houston, they were pelted with ice and pennies. In New Orleans, black players were put on a segregated bus and they couldn't stay in the team hotel. The KKK sent hate mail to their dorms. Did they block out that adversity? Far from it.
We didn't block it out. It hit us. We just used it in a positive way. It's 1963. It's right before the March on Washington. And I remember also that I heard it on the radio, "We shall overcome." And that overwhelmed me a little bit. And I felt that we could play our part.
The youth of America, they need to know what that generation went through.
Loyola's head coach, Porter Moser, makes sure his players know their history. When surviving members of the '63 team got together in Chicago before the start of this season, Moser invited them to practice.
I'm loving that the conversation of what they meant to the country for integration is being told. They need to know the hardships they went through, and they need to carry the baton in this society. And I get chills talking about it, that this conversation has sparked so much with the '63 national team. And very, very proud that that is a huge byproduct of our journey.
But the culmination of that 1963 season wasn't the championship, not in Harkness's eyes. It was the regional semi against Mississippi State, today called the Game of Change by basketball historians. Mississippi State players and coaches had to sneak out of their own state to play in the postseason in defiance of their governor, Ross Barnett, and an injunction banning them from playing against black players.
We came together as a team, and we knew that we were going to win as a team.
Mississippi State lost, but a month after that game, Mississippi's College Board refused to ban any future interracial contests. Integration, at least in sports, was coming to the Deep South.
Winning the NCAA was good, but playing in that game against Mississippi State is by far the greatest accomplishment in sports I've ever had. After years and years go by and you realize what that game has done and that you played a role in helping America come to grips with the racial problem, oh, that's a beautiful feeling. Uh-oh, who's that?
You!
You!